My name is Heath Lietzke. I work for Groendyke Transport, and I've worked for Groendyke Transport for the last 22 years. I started the industry as a mechanic at another company till 2002, and then I hired on with Groendyke Transport. I didn't have a whole lot of driving experience. I had some. We were, at that time, demand was high and they needed another driver in the seat. Our terminal manager approached me and asked me if I'd be interested in being a driver instructor, and I'm like, well, I guess I can. He's like, well, you know, you've made it this far and you haven't messed up, and he goes, I think you'd make a good instructor. And I said, well, let's do it. And I actually took a liking to it because in my mind, you have the opportunity to make or break a new guy. There is so much information in the jobs we do in the hazmat world and the tank truck. You can totally wipe a new hire's mind out on the first day. I think it's best to make them feel comfortable and then start working in the technical stuff, the numbers, the destinations, the products that we're hauling. And when we're hauling chemicals or fuels or anything like that, you know, the slightest of spills can be detrimental in so many different ways. Hurting the public around us unintentionally, or the environment. I mean, it's serious stuff, and you can't take it for granted. You never assume. I don't want a drop of any product that I'm hauling to touch the ground. You kind of have to be OCD about it. If a chemical spill happens and it seeps on down into a river or something, well, I just messed up my fishing. I love hunting. That seeps down into a creek, off into a farm field somewhere, and deer or pheasants or turkeys or something is out there eating in that grain, and that would just be terrible. That is something that I don't want to be responsible for. As a trainer, I mean, not only can I try my hardest to make sure that don't happen, I can try my hardest to make sure they go out there and try their hardest that don't happen. The tank truck industry is hugely important to just about almost everything. I mean, plastics are made with chemicals, and those chemicals don't just magically pop up. Somewhere along the way in a tank truck, a driver brought that chemical or plastics or liquids that goes in medicines. A lot of the liquid medicines are hauled to those places in tank trucks. Being a tank truck carrier is a little bit different than most trucking. And one thing I can say about tank truck carriers versus other companies, the tank truck guys, they're like a family. And it doesn't matter whether you work for Groendyke, it doesn't matter where you work for any other company, we're all friends. I've got friends that drive, numerous friends that drive for other companies, and you know, we're all kind of like a brotherhood. If one's in trouble, we're there to help them out. It means a lot to me to be nominated for the National Tank Truck Carrier Driver of the Year. I mean, to me, that's like catching the biggest fish in a pond. It's an honor.